Hey guys, it's David Huffaker here, your operating partner with your weekly industry update. So there's a lot going on in Inman and on the news hub for real estate about Zillow and them closing down their iBuyers. Isn't it funny? It's like Zillow is for Inman what like Kim Kardashian is for like the tabloids. Never seems to be a dull moment for Brad Inman and Inman News with Zillow and a lot of great clickbait in your emails. It's hard not to read it, and I encourage everyone, as much as it can be frustrating on the spin that sometimes gets put on that news, to know what's going on in your industry, to subscribe to Inman to make sure that you understand what's being said, and really following NAR headlines and things like that. So let's hop in this week. We're talking about Zillow and them stopping their iBuying program, but more so the complete decision to completely eliminate the program. And so a couple of weeks ago, Zillow came out and said that they were slowing down their iBuyer process because of the shortage in remodelers and contractors and getting the homes up and back on the market and things like that. Now they've come out this week on their quarterly earnings call and basically said they're shutting down their home buying process. And really saying that their ability to project home prices has such a high margin of error that they can't successfully run that business. Right, so think about that. Hang on. The company that created Zestimates, which we all know to be fairly inaccurate, can't predict home values. That's ammunition, right? I mean, if you think about that, the thing that people are looking for, Zillow basically just said, we're so bad at predicting home values that we have to shut down this leg of our business. Okay, so that's the left hook, right? That you get to have conversations around Zillow and as you're talking to consumers. But yet, I really want you to think about from an industry standpoint what they're really telling us, right? Because you see their competitor Opendoor having a field day with them right now around this conversation of their inability to do it. And Opendoor's taken some good jabs at Zillow, and it's been said by a couple of people at Opendoor. The next week on the earnings call for Opendoor, you're actually going to see the market share that's shifted to Opendoor and Opendoor's accelerant, that they're having pretty good success with the iBuyer program. That's the rumor. We'll see actually what they say next week. But ultimately, as we're watching Zillow kind of go through this and shut it down, it is really easy to jump on the bandwagon and beat them up. And yet you still have to stop and look at it from a business strategy standpoint and understanding that Zillow is making decisions based off being a publicly traded company. Their other businesses are doing what they would like for them to do. And so they've got this segment of their company that's really struggling. And so the smart decision for them is to shut it down. No doubt about it, right? They're bleeding out money through that. They found it's more challenging than they've realized. Zillow still continues to fail to put the emphasis on the relationship and understand the value that local agents bring. Opendoor is starting to understand that. So you're starting to see more conversations with local agents and finding ways to partner with us to be able to help them succeed in their business. And so there may, over time, be some win-wins. If you've been in any of my classes lately, you know, we've really been talking about your ability to offer whatever it is the consumer wants. The consumer is definitely demanding a different experience right now. They're demanding that we learn different ways to sell real estate and serve them so that it's easier and it's more seamless. And ultimately, it will probably cost them less to do it, which means that our fees may change. You may eventually do a lower commission. You're seeing that in the industry already. But with the technology and the accelerant of how we do business in the future, you should be able to do it quicker, which means that you can make more money. You can actually do more deals for maybe a slightly different commission structure. Who knows? Maybe the commission stays the same, right? Maybe it doesn't change. Maybe it's just all the ancillary services. So you have to start thinking about partnering with your Keller mortgage officer, right? With title, with things like that in order to compress the fees there so that your commission stays protected. So the interesting thing, if we get back to Zillow, is really to start to investigate. Like, it's easy to jump on that bandwagon and kind of beat them up for making a bad business decision or for having to shut something down. And I get, right, like that's again the headline. But as you really dig in and understand and look at it and go, okay, you can't just continue to buy homes and buy high and try to sell higher. If you go and look at any of Opendoor's homes on the market right now, a good number of them have done price reductions where they are now lower than what they originally paid for, which is a losing business strategy, guys. There's no secret to this. Now, the advantage of Open Door is that they own some of their contractors and that they own some of their repair companies. And so maybe they're able to make money or save money in some of those pieces, but yet you can't buy at one price and sell for less and make money, right? So we have to find ways to be strategic. If you're offering guaranteed offers, make sure that you're doing so in a way that is strategic and beneficial, that you're making money in the process and not losing money in the process. Look, guys, for all of them, it is a marketing ploy in order to get eyeballs and get conversations started. You can do the same thing. You can make these offers, you can understand, you can get investors, but just make sure that you're doing it strategically so that you also don't get stuck in a corner where you are losing money and have to, quote, shut that division down. All right, so what does that mean for our industry overall? It means that the consumer still trusts us as the agent to guide them through the process. I would educate yourself on what's going on there, but understand that Zillow may be making a really smart move here in protecting their bottom line. I do think that their inability to predict home prices and their blatant lie to the consumer and to their shareholders a few weeks ago about it being around their contractors and the supply chain, I think speaks to the integrity of the company there, right? Or the integrity of their leadership, at least. And so that, I think raises some questions and will continue to cause some issues for their share prices. But ultimately for us, we know that the iBuyer market's going to be there. We know that it is a segment of the market that is that they're exploring. As the market continues to grow, that'll continue to do well. As it shifts, probably not so much, right? And so I want you to make sure that you keep all options on the table, that you're able to have educated conversations with your clients about what's going on there. And that becomes a win-win relationship, that you, again, become the economist of choice and the voice of reason and truth for people as they explore real estate options. Guys, I hope you're having a great week. Thanks for all of you that showed up in mass to the business planning clinics we've had over the last few weeks. I appreciate your support. I hope that that's beneficial to you. If you ever need anything, please feel free to reach out. David at thehuffakergroup.com. My direct phone number is 615-480-9617, or reach out to your team leader, your ALC members, if we can help you and guide your business. Talk to you soon, guys.